Hi guys, I'm Holly. I'm a part-time Zumba, full-time Z-list influencer. Oh my god, what is it's when
You're
I
shit.
just get frigid.
Why have you got these
Yeah, I need
notes?
to just I'm sacking off the notes. They're going.
Yeah,
okay, right.
You're bad at notes.
Hi guys, I'm Holly. I'm a part-time Zumba, full-time Z-list influencer, and I'm also the queen of Lousy Advice. I've given it, I've taken it, I've listened to it, I've whatever. So what I decided to do is set up my own magazine, the Lousy Digest, and here we discuss all the Lousy Advice. I'm the editor, obviously. I've got a tiny little intern with me. Intern first, fiancé second. And I think we can just about see him. Are you there?
Hi everyone, I'm Rory. I'm not sure how many weeks Holly's going to drag on this me being tiny for, but yeah, I'm the intern at Lousy Advice. Hope you enjoy the show.
That was so awkward. I don't know, you're not presenting on Channel 4, you're just on a podcast. You get a bit too big for your boots there. Rory is also here because he's kind of like the voice of reason, as I do know that I do chat shit sometimes, and he's a little bit more like level-headed, boring, like those kind of vibes. So even in my work, like as a creator, acting like I'm Van Gogh, Rory kind of acts.
Van Gogh?
I don't know,
what
like
me
saying my work is making videos, like get a grip. Rory acts as head of PR as well. Do you want to explain your role as head of PR?
I'm not sure what you're alluding to here, but one of my roles as head of PR is whenever Holly gets a comment that's like even like a slightly bit negative.
No, they're full-on hate comments.
They're
so
not.
The only
Holly's
ones...
never had a hate comment in her life. You've never had a proper hate comment.
I've had proper hate comments.
You've had ones that are a bit like, oh, you know, Holly's hair looks slightly out of place or something, and then she's like, right, I need to get back to this hater and give them some abuse. I'm like, no, like all you're doing there is fueling the abuse, and if you start doing that, they're gonna get more and more comments like that, and it's just not going to end well. So basically, don't give them the satisfaction.
Yeah.
Just don't reply. Always like, I can just hear her recording videos like responding to these things, and she's about to hit go. I'm like, that is getting deleted right now.
So now what I've taken to is if I do get hate comments, I have to lock myself in the toilet, and that's where I start replying to them. And I'm like, rah, well, actually, you're like this, all right. And then Rory sees them and he quickly deletes them, and he's like, that has to go.
So what, instead of spending 2 hours a day on the toilet, like 3, 4?
Yeah, nice. That was such a cheap joke. To say that I'm on the toilet loads. Get a grip. Anyway.
I thought you wanted me to give you some more abuse.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Because I thought some of you might think in the other episodes that Rory's being a bit frigid, and I'm just like talking at him, and he's just awkwardly looking at me to be like, can I speak yet? And then he's kind of being like, yes, Holly, I agree. So I've given him the go ahead to go balls to the wall. So
and be nasty.
Yeah.
I was practicing on the way here, but it didn't feel very good.
You just wink at me, or was that a twitch?
I think it was a twitch. I was just like still a bit nervous.
I thought you were flirting. I was like, hello. Anyway, talking of flirting, today we're talking all things weddings. Just because weddings seem to be coming up a lot more than I thought they would. Like, as a kid, you worried about things like, I don't know, quicksand, whereas now as an adult, actually the things you've got worried about is having to go to a shitload of weddings. So that's what we're going to discuss, all our lousy advice around that. However, before we get onto that, we're going to just have a little catch up about what me and Rory have been up to in our lovely little lives.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So let's just update everyone on what we've been up to. So where have we been recently, Rory Toff? Why are you acting like you don't know where you've been?
Where have I been? Sorry, it just feels a bit awkward you asking me that.
Yeah, I know, it is awkward because
you know where I've been. Why are you asking me?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm asking.
You were with me.
Okay.
We were there together.
We've just been to Cornwall, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what have you got anything to say about what you've been up to this week or what?
We went away to Cornwall, me, Holly and 2 of our friends. Had a really nice time, bit of surfing.
Bit of beer.
Yeah, a few beers. Yeah,
big
nice.
time. Rory got a headache after having 3 beers and cried about it.
Yeah, there's this one beer that I have there every time. Not every time. I've had it twice.
No one's fact checking you.
I had it in September and I had a really bad headache the next day. No one cares anyway. I had it again this time. I had a really bad headache. I don't really. Yeah, it's.
That was a good punchline.
Yeah.
So anyway, the things that I was going to say about this trip to Cornwall
was what I said. Not very interesting.
No, it was really good. It was really interesting. Comment below if you thought it was interesting.
That's my line.
Yeah, no. Basically, this bit of the podcast, we're meant to just do this relaxed chatting away, catching up in a week like everyone else.
I wanted to talk
podcast.
more about the comments that came in on episode 1. I wasn't that bothered about our holiday.
So that's all you wanted to do in our
catch-up?
No,
I just wanted to say, what I wanted to say was thank you so much for all the comments on the first episode. What do you mean? Of course you need to say thank you. How kind was that for people to go out of their way to listen, subscribe, follow and comment and rate? I thought that was actually really kind. And the comments were really nice. And
they
there's some
were.
like useful feedback in there. And yeah, I really enjoyed the comments, especially the ones that said 50-50.
So I'm going to quickly give you an update because obviously he doesn't want to make this a conversation. We went to Cornwall. There was a lot of surfing. We went surfing every day. I even had a lesson.
We didn't. No, you went once, I think.
I went 3 times. I tried to keep up with my boys. I even got a private lesson with the fittest actual surf instructor we've all ever seen. He came to get me and all of us were like, oh, and I was like, this is
I was
the
with
great.
my 2 friends, and then like Holly was like stood kind of near us, and this like absolute Adonis walks over, and we're like, oh no, they're like unlucky, like you're not going to be seeing her again. It was like, he was huge. He was like, I'm pretty tall, as I think I mentioned in a couple of episodes before. I'm 6'2". He was way taller than me.
Oh, he was. He made tiny
really
intern
nice,
Rory,
like slick back, dark brown
he was
hair,
so
he's
fit.
tanned, and obviously way better at surfing than me.
And he also just loved it. Everything I was saying, he was laughing at. Like
I think
he
he's
was
being
just
polite.
no, but it doesn't. I don't care if he was being polite. He was like just giving me exactly what I wanted. I left that lesson. I didn't give a shit about the surfing.
Yeah.
And then he carried both boards on his head, and he just looked so fit. If you,
there's no way I could do that.
and also when I was walking back from the sea with him, and I said to him like, if I get any bogeys, like tell me. But luckily, I was actually so careful. I kept like swishing my hair back, everything, because I obviously wanted him to fancy me. We're walking back with the boards, but the boys were also coming out of the sea and were walking back as well. And I just ignored them. I didn't want to speak to
we
them.
were walking right next to them, and they just completely ignored us.
We were like parallel, but I was like, this is my last 5 minutes with this matey. I don't want to waste it talking to Rory as well.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And Holly was a bit off with me for the rest of the holiday, so.
Yeah. Fair enough. Also, another thing I thought to discuss about this trip, then I will move on, was when I gave up drinking for an hour. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was good. It was weird. Although you've done that quite a few times before, but yeah, I think you came up to me at the bar and you were like, would you like mind it, or like, you know, if I just like give up drinking, is that all right? I'm like, yeah, of course. I obviously don't care if you give up drinking. You barely drink anyway. And then what was it? I don't even think it was an hour later. Half an hour later, you're like, I think I have a glass of wine.
The thought was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's
I think it was just
everything.
classic you attention seeking.
Yeah,
You're
it
like,
was. No one was
I
talking
think
to
you were looking
me.
for an argument. Maybe you wanted me to be like, yeah, I'll dump you. And you were like, well, no, don't dump me. And I'd be like, well, I will.
What? Because then I could agree with
If
the
you were
fit
looking
surfer.
for an argument, you wanted something, yes, and then go back to,
I know.
what was his name?
I
Or
can't
can we not
remember.
name
He
him?
was just fit. His name
Adonis.
was just fit man, long
Yeah.
hair, surfboard. But it was a shame that I did have to spend £100, I think, to hang out with him. But I would do it again, to be fair. Anyway, we will now move on.
Oh, actually, also on that, Holly did like a load of. She filmed while she was surfing on this action camera, and he's like holding it, and I got the, as part of my intern role, got the privilege of editing or like looking for his footage to edit it. But it's just like all this videos of this man like smiling and like cheering her on, and her like chirping away at him. I was like, why am I having to like? How is this a perk of the job? This is no perk of the job.
It's 2 hours of Rory watching me flirt with this man and him just
Yeah, I had to watch it in person, then had to watch it again like afterwards.
Anyway, luckily for you, he's got a girlfriend, so it didn't work out. But if you're watching,
Good.
and it's not going too well, it's not going too well here either.
Hi, Rory, 6'1" here.
You're not on Love Island.
30, Holly's 31, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, shut up.
Let's move on to Don't Get Your Knickers in a Twist.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the segment of Don't Get Your Knickers in a Twist. So, some of you might have heard some rumours that the pants, the big pants, what I might have called naughty knickers, have actually been upgraded. So those of you listening, you just have to now imagine me opening the biggest pair of leopard print knickers.
I think that's the back. You need to turn them round.
Oh, sorry.
How can you explain them to how... You need to say like
I'm not very
exactly
good at-
how big they are.
I'm not good at that, though. I'm not very descriptive, so I'll maybe leave my assistant Holly to explain.
I'm the editor. I'm not the assistant.
Okay,
You're
well, the
intern.
editor must know how to describe.
Okay, these pants, I can't even think of who they would fit. Maybe like a bear? I'm not sure. But they're taking up the whole of Rory's torso. They look mega.
Yeah, so thanks for bearing with. I know episode 2 we weren't able to upgrade. However, now there's been an absolutely massive upgrade.
Yeah.
And we are going to start twisting these panties.
Also, if anyone wants to sponsor the podcast, I was thinking we could get your logo on the mega pants. How good would that be? That would sell people in. 100%. They're going to be flocking in, actually. So good.
And if anyone hasn't seen this before, I think like any comments that you could leave about like how professional this setup is with the drill, the knickers, and the clothes rack would be appreciated.
As we get more budget, hopefully if we become big time, we will make a proper, like, this will not be looking like this. This will be the first thing that we put our budget towards, is making big naughty knickers sign, big mechanism. We could all just sell these. Maybe people would be in the, oh, don't get them in the twist too early.
Right. Okay. I think we're ready.
Nice.
So, in Don't Get Your Knickers in a Twist, we discussed the things that got our knickers in a twist this week, and we used the big naughty knickers to help visualise how twisted they've got.
Yeah, 100%.
Holly?
Yeah.
What's got your knickers in a twist?
The thing that got my knickers in a twist this week is I had to do a speed awareness course, and I understand that is very dull and uninteresting, right? No one cares.
Bad.
Well, it's actually
bad that you had to do it.
Yeah, it was bad, but it actually wasn't bad. It was because they hadn't put the sign. Obviously, it's not my fault. Nothing is ever my fault. Anyway, went on the speed awareness course. Really couldn't be asked. I was actually throwing a bit of a strop. I was like, I'm on this call, these randoms for 3 hours, asking stupid questions, having to do group work, blah, blah. I was getting myself a bit in the tears. Then suddenly, the man came on that was taking it, and he is the sweetest man I've ever seen. Anyway, I'd written on there, oh, look, I've got autism and ADHD, so like, it might be that, can I get up and move around? Because on this call, you have to keep your microphone and your camera on, but normally I'd fiddle with something, whatever. Anyway, I'd written that in the notes, but nothing had really come through afterwards. So I was like, oh, they don't care, which is absolutely fine. Then I get in the waiting room of the Zoom call, and then the matey turns up, and he's called Andrew. He's maybe like in his 70s, and he's from Yorkshire. I'm not going to try and put...
Go on.
I'll try and do like Rory's accent. So he's like...
Yorkshire.
Yeah, but it's like... I'm going to try and do a northern accent.
Go on then.
And he was like, oh, Holly. And I was like, oh, yeah, hello. And he's like, oh, I've heard you've got a few problems. And it took a minute for me to register. And I thought, does he mean about my connection or what? And I was like, oh, you mean because I've got ADHD and autism? And I was like, oh, yes. And he's like, look, if your problems are a problem, you can just come off the call. And I was like, thank you, Andrew. And first of all, I was a little bit like, it's odd that you're calling it problems. But then I realised he was actually being incredibly sweet, and he actually did care about my problems. And he then, basically on the call, he was just like roping me in, and I was just loving him. And then I was like having all these group chats.
Can we stop
with everyone.
a sec? This is Don't Get Your Knickers in a Twist.
Yeah.
I thought it was meant to be something that was annoying.
Yeah. Well, it is annoying, yeah. But you just got to get
Sounds
to
like
the
you're
point.
liking him.
Yeah. You've got to have a build-up in a story, Rory, and then you come in with the punchline. You've just killed the flow now.
Stood up. Okay, go on.
Well, because your stories don't have any flow to them. Anyway, okay, I'll speed up. I understand I'm bleating on a bit about Andrew. Anyway, on this call, obviously, you spend 3 hours together, so you do end up kind of forming this bond. Like, you're all laughing together, you're throwing a few jokes in, you can see everyone on the camera, you're all having group discussions. Gets to 3 hours, at the end of it, you all just say bye, and you never speak again. And there's something about that feels incredibly sad, that like I've built up all this connection with all these mateys, and I'm never going to see them again. I'm never going to see Andrew again. I didn't even know what he was having for dinner that night. And that feels incredibly sad.
That sounds like your ideal, though. You don't like making small talk with people.
Yeah, but these people, we all bonded. We all, I don't know. So anyway, it got my knickers in a twist because I just think it's sad that me and Andrew are never, ever going to be in contact ever again unless I speed. But also if I speed, I can't do the course for another 3 years, and he might have retired by then. So I just feel incredibly sad that I might never see Andrew again. I might be in love with someone else as well.
Andrew, and you sounded like that weird impression Holly did before. Reach out and we can maybe just get in touch outside of the speed awareness course.
I'd absolutely love to.
That's what this pod's about. It's about bringing people together.
So you like my story now?
No, I just want to get drilling, so I was trying to bring an end to it.
So I would rate that a 7 out of 10 with knickers in a twist. I'm pretty sad.
So for those that haven't seen this before, or those listening, what we do is we're going to give 7 twists on the drill to help visualise how twisted Holly's knickers are.
I can't wait to see these pants.
Are they still this twisted?
What do you mean?
Like since then, are they still in a twist?
Yeah, they're really right up there.
Right, we ready? It's better work. We haven't actually trialled it with this new big set of pants yet. 1. Oh, it's working.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That is a perfect twist. That's exactly what mine looked like.
Thank you. Were you applauding like the action of the drill, or the fact that Holly's been walking around with that up her arse all week and not been complaining? Thank you coming. No.
Sorry. Thank you coming.
Thank you for coming to this week's Don't get your knickers in a twist.
I've been told that sometimes when I look at Rory, I'm looking at him really lovingly, and it's making me really cringe. So I'm going to try not to. Apparently, it's quite clear that I'm in love, and that's
a
is
nice
my
thing
worst
to do.
fear. So I'm going to have to be like, yeah. But the problem is, they're not saying that about you. You're not looking at me lovingly, but
You were
that's
worried
embarrassing.
that you're coming across as not being very nice to me. So it's probably good that people think, oh, she does love him, really.
Oh, I don't know. It's making me cringe. Anyway, we're moving on. Intern, what's the next bit of this podcast?
Well, I think at the start of this podcast, you were like, oh, we're going to talk about weddings. We spent, I don't know how long, but we haven't spent a single second talking about weddings. So maybe we should actually get back on track and talk about weddings.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't talk to me like that.
Yeah, sorry.
What?
Boss.
No, don't say sorry. Now I look horrible.
Exactly. She's not very nice. That's why she has to do these fake loving looks at me. To
Oh
make
my
up for
God.
it.
Okay. Anyway, basically, we're going to start off by talking about some of the lousy pieces of wedding advice we've received or seen online, and what we think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nice. I like that. And I'd love Holly to start so then I can try and think of something to say.
Okay. My first one is, if they haven't wished you a happy birthday, don't invite them to your wedding.
So you think that's not okay? You think...
I think that's lousy advice because I never remember to wish anyone a happy birthday, so I wouldn't be going to anyone's wedding.
Yeah, but that's good for you because you don't want to go.
Yeah, true.
So maybe like use subconscious. You'd seen that, and your subconscious was saying to you, "Okay, maybe if I don't wish them happy birthday, I'm not going to get invited."
But what do you think? Like, say if we got married,
If someone didn't wish me happy birthday,
would you still invite them to your wedding?
yeah, because say that you have 100 people at your wedding.
Show
Like
off.
back in the Facebook days when everyone would write on your wall,
Yeah.
like that'd be if you hit triple digits, 100. That was huge. That was big time. They were big numbers.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever did that.
No. I can't
And that was
imagine
like back
you
in the days where you'd get loads of like random people from school doing it, and you'd like put it on other people's walls just in the hope that they'd do it back to you.
did. Yeah.
So sorry, I'm just thinking this through. So if I didn't get 100 in those days, now I've got even less friends. I definitely
Yeah.
didn't get 100. So, and if I have 100
I also
people,
think as well, because you're not single, because
If
you'd get more comments on Facebook on your birthday. I remember being so excited about that at uni, like hoping the fit boys would comment saying happy birthday. But you don't get that now you're in a relationship. It's like your likes go down when you get in a relationship. No one cares. They just cared when they thought you were fit and they were trying to get in there. Now,
they don't think you're fit.
No,
and they're definitely not
they
trying to
might
get in
still
there.
think I'm fit, but they're like, oh, she really isn't available. I want them to know you can still like it, babe. I could be.
Like
You
what?
don't know
Your
how it's
photo?
going to turn out. 50% of these things do end in divorce, so keep liking
Okay,
just
you
in
brought
case.
it back to the wedding theme. Nice. Okay.
Thank you, Beauty and Brains. So yeah, what do you think about that? If I haven't wished them a happy birthday, don't invite them to
So
your
you
wedding.
didn't let me finish as you came in talking about you
Yeah,
being
sorry.
well fit. So what I was
I
about
know.
to say was, if I can't get 100 people to say happy birthday to me, but I do want 100 people at my wedding, then yeah, it's not going to work. So I think it is lousy advice. I agree.
But I also think, like, now there's not Facebook. Everyone could say happy birthday to everyone because it said on Facebook, it's Matey's birthday, it's Macy's birthday. How am I meant to know when your birthday is? Like, why is that my business?
You've still got Facebook.
Yeah, but I'm not going on it.
Yeah,
but
I do
like,
though, so I know.
I know, but I think your birthday is your own business, and I think you should announce the day before on Instagram, it's going to be my birthday tomorrow, so that I know to wish you a happy birthday.
Yeah.
That's your job. It's on you. It's not on me.
Okay.
Moving on.
So this isn't like lousy advice I've seen online, but this is like general like boy pub chats, probably what I'd call it, where like
Nice.
boys are always just like, yeah, you know, like don't worry about organising the wedding, your bird will do it or whatever. That's definitely not the case with Holly, because she's the most disorganised person in the world. And if I try to let her organise a wedding, which I've been kind of trying to do for the past 9 months, we've not got anywhere, there's not been any plans, it's not going to happen. So A, it's misogynistic. B, it's sexist. C, it's not very nice to just expect the woman to do that. I don't think it's good advice. Don't just rely on the women to organise it.
You can't just use this segment to try and make out that you're the shit. Can I just tell you that?
What do you mean? No, I'm saying, I'm trying to put people in their place and saying, look, you shouldn't expect that,
Yeah.
because you might have a girlfriend like Holly that's going to be incapable of it, or you might have a girlfriend that can do it.
There's no way that you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to go look around all these places and try the cake. Like, you're not interested. You're not going to care like the flowers. What are you going to choose for the flowers?
You know for a fact that I would be doing 90% of the organisation. I can't believe you're pretending this.
You're just using this. You're making out that you're being a good person, but you're actually just outing me that I can't
You're not
organise
answering the
things.
question. See, you're deflecting. You know that you wouldn't be organising
I
it.
don't think it should be left up to the woman to organise the wedding, but I also think if it was left up to Rory, we'd go through a shitter. So there we go. Anyway, next one. So I saw this article, which maybe I'll include somewhere, I'm not sure. And it said, you're basically sending me a bill. People slate Bridezilla for demanding wedding cash for people she chose not to invite. So basically, someone went to get married. They then basically had like a really small wedding because they decided to kind of elope or whatever. But then they still afterwards sent a letter out to everyone saying, but can you still send us some cash or a gift for getting married? What do you think? I think good for you. Like,
what?
You're in the money there. You didn't have to invite anyone. You didn't have to make any small talk, and you just got a load of cash.
I thought we were, but we were meant to be listening to things we think are lousy. You think that's actually good advice?
I am aware it's lousy advice, but I think it's quite good.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think that's obviously awful advice. Like, imagine if someone sent that to you, you'd be fuming.
Yeah, I would be fuming. But
It'd be a good way to lose friends if you wanted to like really, because I guess they probably lost a lot of friends not inviting people to the wedding, and then they've like doubled down on it.
Yeah.
Like, they thought, you know what, we need to lose even more. Let's just ask him all for money.
However, can I just put a caveat that some weddings you go to and you don't want to go to them, right? That it's not fun. Some are fun, some are shit. And you're like, why have I come here? If there was an option sometimes for me to pay 50 quid to not have to go to a wedding, I would take that option. Would you not?
Probably not. No, I think I enjoy them more than you. It depends on what it is.
Weird. Okay, moving on. What's yours?
It's around having Stens.
Yeah.
Again, this is just like I haven't found any specific advice online.
That's all right.
In terms of being busy with other things.
I've just been picking
Another
my
thing
nose.
I've seen a lot of people doing is Stens, and I just can't get behind it. It doesn't sit right with me. And the reason I'm probably saying this is because I think Holly really wants to have one, and I don't. I feel like she's going to ruin my stag, basically.
Because hen-dos look so poo. I don't want to have a hen-do, so I'm like, Rory, you just come along. Because also, that hen-do, right, it's all about you the whole way through. But what if I'm a bit over it and I want to go and chill out? You can't be like, sorry, guys, I'm just going to go and have some non-verbal time for 2 hours at your own hen. Whereas if it's at Sten, I can be like, okay, all look at Rory now. I just think it's so much more fun. Also, I don't like sharing a bed with random people. I want to just share it with you.
Oh, hello.
So, no. Anyway.
That's on to us. Oh no, maybe this one's too big. Oh shit, I've just turned the other way now. Okay, we might have to go back to the old pants for this. Oh my god, it's all over the door. Next segment, general discussion.
You're not meant to read that out. That kills the flow a little bit.
Oh no, that was just more like behind the scenes.
Okay, let's try and have try and make it feel really cool, cash and calm.
Well, now we've spoken about a bit of the lousy advice that we've seen, and we've had a few disagreements on that. People are probably wondering what's happened with our wedding. We've been engaged for ages. You've had the nicest engagement ring ever on your finger for the past 9 months. Oh, yeah.
I just want to add that I did basically choose this. Yeah?
You're showing off. That is embarrassing, showing off.
You just said to me to show it.
No, I
What was
didn't. You were meant to be like,
panicking.
oh no, and hide it. You were meant to actually follow up with that and show off.
I didn't say, oh yeah, it's so nice. I'm just showing you what we're working with, all right?
Yeah, what's our plan of action?
Well, what is it? You tell me. You just said how
No, I did the hard bit. I went and got a ring, did the one knee thing, and then since then I've been hoping that you'd plan something, contrary to my lousy advice I mentioned earlier. But
he's all fake. Him being like, oh,
the issue is the issue that we haven't planned anything is because Holly's so difficult with this whole thing that like any sort of anything traditional, she's like, no, I couldn't do that. I couldn't. It's like any part of the wedding day, she's like, oh no, I couldn't do that bit. Like, oh no, I couldn't walk down the aisle. Oh no, I couldn't stand up in front of all these people. Oh, I couldn't go to the wedding breakfast. I couldn't do the drinks. I couldn't do the disco. I couldn't like every single part. You're like, oh, I don't like that bit. It just means you don't like any of it.
I can't do it.
Like, how am I meant to organise this?
The problem is, Rory wants 100 people there. How on earth are we going to manage that on a budget? I
don't want 100. I just feel like that seems like the going rate.
Yeah. The problem is Rory's got an incredibly nice family. So that makes it really difficult because you've got...
It felt like you were actually about to say something else, but then in your brain you're like, actually, wait, I'm saying this on a podcast.
No.
I need to listen, so I need to actually incredibly... And then you said nice.
No, but
I think you paused before nice.
Most people can cull quite a few people from a wedding from the family. Do you know what I mean? They don't need, like, whoever coming... Rory's got really nice second cousins. But my family are also nice, they're just not as big.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to move on from that one.
Maybe we should get back onto your family. So why don't you want all of your family to come to the wedding?
No, anyway, moving on. I do want all my family. I want every family member that I've got to come to my wedding, and I love them all.
It didn't
so
sound
much.
like it from what you were just saying.
Okay, this is the ideal scenario, but it's not happened. Is I need Don't Tell the Bride to come back on our TVs, right? 10 grand pot of money. They give you. Rory can do whatever he wants. I'd like it to be fun.
Love that.
I don't care if we're going to end up in a hot tub or I'm coming in on a speedboat or we're getting married in Benidorm.
Darts hall.
Yeah. Or is fine with me because it's fun, it's stupid, it's relaxed. I don't want to be walking down this aisle. I don't want to be eating this shit dinner for 3 hours and have every son and his dog have the same conversation with me about the fact I've got married.
Son and his dog?
Well, whatever
Why
it's
are you
called.
making up new expression?
Because I'm nervous. Because weddings to me are just, what is the point? Everyone comes up to you and has the same small talk. Oh my God, congrats. Like, yeah, obviously it's just happened. We've all just seen it.
Yeah.
And then you've got to force people on the dance floor with you. There's nothing more cringy at a wedding than seeing
all the bridesmaids
going,
get onto the,
come on, get on the dance floor. So everyone's there having like kind of like over it. And also it's one of those things that you can't leave early, particularly when it's your wedding.
Yeah.
So, and also, sorry, I know this is a bit we're going to be talking about later. The worst bit of a wedding is that bit between the ceremony and the dinner. There's 2 hours of just fuck all. And you're sat and you're talking.
You're getting to catch up with people you haven't seen for a while.
I've seen them all last week. I don't need to catch up.
No.
And you get stuck with a random.
Seen the whole of a wedding last week.
I went to
There's
a
lots
wedding.
of people you haven't seen ever in your life.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't want to just randomly chat with them at a wedding. I got stuck with one person and he was really drunk. And he was spitting on me. And I just thought, this does not happen in your day-to-day life because you can move on.
It's a bit harsh about your dad.
No.
That wasn't that funny, but nice. I'll take it. I think Holly's just awkwardly laughing at me. I think you're feeling a bit bad that like whatever I'm saying isn't that interesting for our audience.
The ideal, I've actually messaged Centre Parks and been like, can we get married at Centre Parks?
That is what we're aligned on would be a fun wedding.
Yeah.
Where we stay at Centre Parks, get everyone to stay there.
Yeah.
Morning probably have to like leave Centre Parks to get married somewhere.
Do a bit of ceremony, do a bit of snog down the end of the aisle, kind of say, love you, love you, blah, blah, blah.
And then we're back. Rapids, 100 people rapids, just like round and round and round.
And I'm going to be in a white swimsuit with like a white tutu wedding. Rory will be in a
one
tuxedo,
of those like
Speedos.
thong ones that goes up your ass?
Right up my ass with all our family members. With your second cousin behind me on the rapids. It's perfect. It'd be
because everyone would enjoy that.
They would. And then we could play badminton the next day.
Yeah.
Like we could do so many different sports, pickleball, have a
but the
tournament.
issue with the Centre Parks thing is Centre Parks have said they won't do it.
Yeah, so Centre Parks, if you're listening, can you stop being so...
Centre Parks will definitely be listening. Anything Centre Parks is doing right now will be listening to this.
Centre Parks, obviously you're listening, and if you are, can you just let me have my wedding there? Because if you want, we'll make it look like a meeting, because you've got meeting rooms. I'll get everyone that's attending the wedding to put a suit on, and we'll have a presentation up.
They're going to be wearing suits anyway. It's a wedding.
Yeah, but the women as well, so they think it's proper business. Do you know what I mean? Because they've got business suites, but they won't let us do our wedding there. But... yeah, so
that is the most likely thing, isn't it? Centre Parks.
Or a TV show. If there's a TV show that wants us, we'll do anything. I don't care what it is. If you want to have us, we'll go. So TV show or Centre Parks, otherwise not interested. The end. So that's why we're not married.
And why we actually haven't really got a leg to stand on with any of the advice we're offering in this episode.
Yeah, because we're just sacking it off, so we don't know. We're just hoping something's going to happen to us or land in our lap. So Channel 5 would be ideal. Get us on Channel 5.
Yeah, they could do something funny, couldn't they?
Yeah.
What do you think about having children at weddings?
I think kids are so much more interesting than adults. Like, kids say it how it is, and like they'll be like, I'm bored, and I'll be like, me too. Like,
okay, so when someone invites you and they're like, oh, like, we'll give you a night away from the kids. Like, yeah, no kids allowed, we're going to give you a night off. Like, do you like that?
Do you know what? I think, basically,
I feel like you don't
because
like that.
I think because I am autistic, I'm very to the point, right? And I see things how they are, and I can't stand when people talk in code. And when it comes to wedding invites or wedding chat, why is everyone talking like we don't all know what's actually going on? Wedding invites. We want you to have a night off of your kids. You're not getting a night off. You've got to pay £100 for a babysitter, or you've got to beg your parents to look after the kids. That makes me, particularly when it's abroad, you can't say, leave your kids at home and make out you're doing them a favour. Well, are you paying for the babysitter? Of course you're not.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I nearly broke my contraption.
I think the contrast between stag and hen-dos is insane. Rory gets invited to a stag, 150 quid. He's going to Lisbon. He's going somewhere. He's on a boat.
Quid.
Or he's in Benidorm. They're having a really ridiculously stupid, fun time. And they're by the beach. They're having these things.
Benidorm is my ideal stag. I think that's where I'd like to go.
It's my ideal hen.
When I eventually get married, whoever the best man might be, if you could do it there, that'd be great, thanks.
What I'm saying is, Rory pays 150 quid, goes to Benidorm or Lisbon or whatever, has 15 activities. They've got Zorb football, they've got golf, they've got... What did you do last time? Coast-steering.
Oh, it was class in Lisbon, yeah. We were on the catamaran, coast-steering.
Okay, hens. What happens? hey babe, you get put in this WhatsApp chat with a load of women that you don't know. No one wants to be in that chat. It's like a universal sigh comes out into the universe. Hey babe, we're organising mateys hen-do. Obviously we don't want it to be too expensive, so it's just going to be £750 for 2 nights in the Cotswolds in this big house. You're going to be sharing a room with a girl that you've never met in your life. No, sorry, you're not going to be sharing it with one girl, you're going to be sharing with 4 girls. The reasons it's £750 is because we've got some really good activities for you. We're all going to be sat together and we're going to be painting a Prosecco bottle. Like, are you joking? 700 Lucozades and I'm sat there sitting with a load of mateys.
Yeah, but you'll
I
have like
know.
a nice like willy straw or something to drink out of, won't you? That'd be
They've
really
died
funny.
out. I actually would
Have they
rather
gone?
Willy Straws come back.
Oh, right.
Now it's all like Claire's last rodeo, or I don't know, Sarah's last disco. They're not dying. What do you mean it's their last rodeo? And why are they themed? Imagine Rory at his stag do in Benidorm and they're all in cowboy hats being like, Rory's last rodeo. Oh, it makes me cringe. I don't know why I'm so irate. But obviously if you invite me to yours, I'm really looking forward to it. Just want to caveat, that's all alleged.
Alleged. Yeah.
Also,
Alleged.
sorry, I'm nearly done on this. Just another thing at hen-dos is the Mr. and Mrs. When you watch on the screen the boyfriend, like you ask the girl questions like, what's your boyfriend's favourite takeaway? And then they get a video up and he's like, it's Nando's. And you're like, oh. We've got to remember the game Mr. and Mrs., right? You don't enjoy listening to other people. You just like when it's your turn and you and your couple get to go up. So watching someone else do it isn't that interesting.
But we play that all the time when people come around.
With other people. So you look forward to your go, don't you? You don't look forward to listening to other people.
Oh,
really.
I see. Oh, right.
I'm sorry. I just think hen-dos need to have a bit more fun in them. Whenever you watch them on people's Instagram stories, it just seems like it's all for Instagram. It feels like it's all for the stories. Like it's spent so long on like the decorations and the matching outfits. Like, why can't we actually just
What
like...
would you want to do? You wouldn't want to do Benidorm though. You wouldn't actually enjoy that.
I think I would want to do
I think you'd
Benidorm.
like
I
something
really enjoyed
like,
it.
I don't know, like fun activities, like a slip and slide or something.
Oh my God, I'd love a slip and slide. Yeah, just something stupid. Do you know what I mean? I just want to add, I think just weddings to me are quite difficult to enjoy. And I don't think that's because of weddings. I think it's a personal issue. Same with hens. I just want to put a big disclaimer out. I am the problem, not you and your wedding and your hen-do.
I can attest to that. She is the problem.
I am the problem. And I don't enjoy anything. There's very few things. I don't enjoy my own birthday. I don't enjoy Christmas. So, babe, it's not on you. You rodeo and
Can we
you
try and
rodeo
lift
hard.
up the vibe a bit? That was a bit depressing.
Was it?
Yeah.
Let's hope it lands on Dad, seeing as that's who we're calling. So this bit's called Don't Take My Advice, and this is where we spin the wheel and whoever it lands on gives us some advice about some of your questions that you fed into us. Because you shouldn't always take our advice, should you, babe?
Definitely not Holly's anyway.
That's so embarrassing that I just called you babe on here. That just is so cringe. Right. Posh.
Whoa, that's our first time.
Yeah, that is crazy how that works.
Hello.
Hi, Dad. You've been picked again, and someone wants a bit of advice. Can I read you out the question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why is he being so polite?
I know.
He's definitely being podcast Nigel here. He's never like this in real life.
No, it's because he's in Waitrose. Okay, right, Dad, here's your question. How do you have a wedding when you don't have many friends and a lot of your family are annoying?
Oh, that's something to really celebrate. Just think how cheap it's going to be with so few people. I think that's great.
Does Nigel not have an answer from his own experience of that?
That's not very nice, is it?
Actually, we had loads of friends, acquaintances to our wedding.
Why did you do that?
Very expensive.
How many of those people are you still friends with?
No, some of them I don't see very much. But
Yeah.
the ones I do see, I'm very friendly with.
Yeah, he's
I've
definitely
got
on
lots of
podcast.
friends.
Yeah,
Contrary to popular opinion.
anyone that says I've got lots of friends normally doesn't, but I do appreciate the hustle there, Dad. Well, yeah, thank you so much for your advice.
Well, next time I see you, we have a friend count.
Yeah, I don't actually know who wins between me and you.
I've got a good idea. It's going to be me, obviously.
Yeah, if you say so. Okay, anyway, enjoy Waitrose. We'll catch you on the flip side. Thank you.
I'll do my very best.
Okay,
Cheerio.
bye.
Do you want to answer a couple of
Yeah,
the
might
questions
as well.
quickly? We've had loads actually. Thanks so much everyone that sent them through. They're really good.
Yeah,
I
thank
really
you.
appreciate you taking the time out to do it. Don't you say thank you? It's me saying thank you.
Okay,
Thank you. Can I say their name? Maybe they want to say anonymous. I won't
Make
say
a
their name.
name up.
Polly Smith.
Yeah.
And she said that it's her wedding in 3 months, but she still hasn't been able to buy a dress.
What do you mean she hasn't been able to? What's happened?
Well, she hasn't got one.
I think if you haven't already bought the dress and it's in 3 months' time, you're probably not that into it, so you might as well just sack it off. Yeah, that's the advice. Just, I think either get on with it or get out of it. That's it, the end.
Nice. Okay, and then the next one. So a colleague turned friend has invited me to their wedding. However, I've worked out it's going to cost me £1,000 to go. I'd rather just go on a trip to the Caribbean. What should I do?
It's £1,000?
Yeah, they've worked out it's going to cost them £1,000. What should they do?
I think you just go to the Caribbean and you say,
You
bye,
don't go
babe.
to the wedding?
No. Why
Okay.
would you go to why on earth would you go to the wedding? Unless the wedding's in the Caribbean as well, I'd say absolutely not.
Okay, that's simple advice there. No, don't go.
Comment below if you feel sorry for me.
Why are you asking people to comment below? I choose when people should very kindly comment below.
Tiny intern's getting a bit big for his boots.
We should talk about what we learned.
You're so right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So what have you learned through this journey of the episode?
So I've not learned much through this journey of an episode, to be honest. I think I've just used it to really release some steam, you know, and lose some friends. That's the kind of vibe that I was going for here. But I have got a piece of advice that I would give you that I don't think is lousy advice. If you've hit the age of 16, I think you should start putting £10 a week into a pot on Monzo for
Can you
your
get
friends.
a Monzo account at 16?
I think, okay, if you can't get a Monzo account
be able
at
to,
this
I don't know.
point, if you're getting paper round money, put it in a little pocket somewhere and already start saving up for friends, families, weddings that are going to hit you when you hit about 28, because it's going to be relentless. Between 28 and maybe 38, we're going to spend probably a house deposit on people's weddings. So what I would suggest is, while you've got the cash, okay, start putting it away immediately. My next piece of advice, I forgot to win this, is cull your friends now, right? The more
Is
friends
that what
you've
you're
got,
doing during this episode?
yeah, the more
see.
friends you've got, the more weddings you're going to, the more stags, hens and stens you're going to be going to. So if there's anyone that you're on the fence about, I don't know if I like them that much, remember they're going to cost you about £500 in the near future. Are they worth £500? If not, sack them off. Third piece of advice, ask for the sleeping arrangements at hen-dos, okay? Before you sign up for anything, ask, am I going to be in a bunk bed with 8 other people, or am I going to have my own room? That, I think, is a big decider as to whether I'm going to go to them. You need details. When you get that really fancy emoji message with, oh, hey babe, I think you're doing this, rah, rah, don't look at all the fun and all the excitement, all the exclamation marks. Think more like about the logistics of it. Don't get distracted by the faux, You've got to think, actually, what is it I'm going in for? It's like SAS Dare Wins. You need to know what's coming up, or you're not going to survive.
What you're suggesting there is a bit of a killjoy. If I was someone organising a stag and I had everyone like asking me all these like awkward questions, it's like, just get on with it, like it'll be fine.
I'm just asking you who I'm sharing. Yeah, because you could sleep in a room with 20 people and not care. You could sleep on the floor and you wouldn't care.
Sounds like you're a killjoy then.
I think it's also like, even your bed sheets were bad. You have horrible blue bed sheets when I met you. Like, you don't care what you're sleeping in at all. You don't care where you're sleeping or what you're sleeping in. There's a difference between us. And also, Rory's like a robot. Nothing phases him. Nothing bothers him. So you could shove him anywhere and he'd have a good time.
Yeah, no, I think I'm just like way more laid back, less high maintenance, less sort of stuck up, silver spoon in hand than Holly. I'd say I'm a lot more down to earth, a lot more salt about me, etc., etc. Whereas Holly's like princess.
See, I told you he wasn't nice. You all thought he was. He was pretending. Yeah, this is my final piece of advice, is the Irish exit. And this is what some of my friends have said to me as well. When it's even your wedding, you'd much rather not have people come up to you saying you're leaving, because then you think, oh shit, is my wedding a bit shit? You'd rather people just backdoor it. And I actually think that's fair.
You would rather people backdoor it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, I'll be backdooring it before they've... I don't want to backdoor it ever. Thank you. Under no circumstance.
Okay,
but anyway, yeah.
No, stick on the back door.
No, I don't know why my brain is stuck on the back door, but...
Dear.
I'm
Maybe you should
gonna
ring
move
your dad
on.
back up and ask him about the back door.
God.
Okay, no.
Yeah, you go. I'm done. The end. Oh, sorry. Can I also just do a disclaimer at the end?
I can't have another bit
I
of
just
advice
need to do
here.
No, I don't. I just want to do a disclaimer because I'm panicking now that any of my friends,
Think
know that
you love
hen-dos
backdoor
are...
action.
No, I don't care if you think I love backdoor action. But what I do care about is if you think that I don't want to come to your wedding and hens. The weddings I've been to so far have all been really good because my friends know me and know that like I need some downtime, whatever. And I just now have learned to not agree to things I don't want to go to. So I don't feel like this about your wedding.
She does.
That's coming up, or anything else, because I know that you get me and I get you, and we're going to all just love it and have a really good time, particularly when I'm on my Sten.
Right. Get in the comments, was Holly sincere when she was saying that or not? Yes or no? Holly sincere, Holly insincere?
Right, come on then. What's your advice then?
Mine's kind of related to what you were just saying, is that there are actually people, believe it or not, that don't enjoy weddings, and it isn't just you. There are a lot of people out there that actually find it like really high pressure to go to it. So I think what people should do, there should be something like either on the social media or on their ID or whatever, which identifies which camp they fall into, if they're a wedding liker or a wedding hater.
Yeah.
Because what that'll do is it'll save people a lot of cost having to invite those people that don't want to come. It'll save the people going that don't want to go, and it'll save the people that do want to go having to try and cheer up the people that don't want to be there when they're there. And then maybe I can just go to every wedding by myself.
Yeah, we're always basically saying you just not invite Holly, she doesn't want to come. And
No,
this whole video is actually just that. He's making sure.
That wasn't the intention of the point, but I realised as I like explored it, that's where it led me to.
That's a very good idea, actually. Yeah, saying I am into weddings or I'm not.
Yeah, I think that's actually some solid advice.
And if anyone wants to sponsor our wedding, we don't care who it is, we'll do it.
Yeah, on a
Could
serious
be...
note, Centre Parks, get in touch.
Yeah, but it can be any brand,
Or any
and we'll
brand.
do whatever you want. Just sponsor it, and we'll
Just
we'll
sponsor
literally
it.
kiss at the end of the aisle and be like, #ad. You know, we can do it. We have no shame. That's what you must remember.
Yeah, nice. Okay, that was good. Well, I had a really good time discussing weddings with you today, Holly. I hope the audience enjoyed it.
I really hope
appreciate them listening. To
I
what we've
so
discussed.
appreciate the audience listening, and I'm so grateful for you all being here and listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
I think
it?
you're going to try and fight me on that.
No, not at all. I think. Go on.
Thank you very much all for listening. That is the end of the show.
Yeah.
If you want to get more of us, which I'm sure you do, you can follow us. That's Lousy Advice on TikTok and Instagram. Or you can follow me on TikTok, Holy Morridge, Instagram, Holly Morris, 3 S's. Or you can go on YouTube.
I think
you can type in, shut
people
up, I'm
aren't
not
gonna be
done.
people aren't listening
You
to
can type
this.
in, that's Lousy Advice. Or
we can
you
just-
can look up Holy
or you could-
Morridge on YouTube.
Or just look in the show notes.
Or
It just has all this in
Substack.
there.
There's going to be a Lousy Digest. I haven't actually written it yet, so there's not one right now, but there is going to be one. So you could also look at me there. Where else could you see me? You could look at me on LinkedIn if you want. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks so much. Bye.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.